You want this money? I got so much money. You did what I do, you'd have money too. 65 million young people are unemployed worldwide. It's always their fault. Well, that's at least the dream that hustle culture tries to sell us. You're too lazy, too weak, too quiet, too dumb, and if you just had a little bit of every day I'm hustling, you'd be successful, right?
Wrong.
That's the pretty story hustle culture requires you to believe. Because when you're the problem, the solution is digestible. But when it's the system, that's a hard pill to swallow. Business school is the perfect case study for hustle culture. Your peer Jimmy, he started his 5th self-funded sales company off of his mom's rental allowance. He's gonna make it. Jennifer, she's selling a course on how to sell a course. But she's never sold anything in her life. Half of our skills are now useless. And instead of admitting it, we're all riding the hustle culture carousel to absolutely nowhere. I'm the king of this. Last winter was real estate. 2 months ago was e-commerce. Freshman year was selling fake handbags to old ladies. But now, 2025, I'm a YouTuber? Your major? It's worthless. But nobody's allowed to say that. Instead, we're just sitting around sucking each other off. It's like, dude, I studied the jobs major. Why don't I have a fucking job? Hustle culture is a symptom, not the disease. Half of working youth are stuck in informal jobs with no security, no benefits, and no future. But instead of asking why is opportunity so scarce, we're asking why aren't you hustling hard enough, brokey? You think you're special enough to reinvent the wheel? You might be, but at this point that wheel's rolling to absolutely nowhere except over your own balls. You're in the middle of a desert that's been sucked dry by the world's greatest suckers, evaporating opportunity right up from your desperate mouth. And instead of fighting back, you're sitting there kissing their boots, asking them for the answer. Selling abundance in a time of scarcity is the oldest trick in the book. Humans have been doing this for ages. Jesus walked on water when you couldn't even swim. Elon Musk, he's gonna save you because billionaires must have the solution to real poverty. Make it make sense. All of you are talented, every single one of you, because no one else sees the world through your lens. But being talented doesn't make you special. And this isn't a motivational video. Hustle culture sells you on being talented while convincing you that's what makes you special. Talent is common. What's rare is the guy smart enough to monetize your need to feel exceptional. Him and the system sit at the same dinner table. You're not the problem, but you're still responsible. I know, not very sexy, right? Blame feels better than admitting that you're powerless. Because it's easier to believe that you're just not grinding hard enough instead of saying that the system is rigged against you. Oh, you lost your job? Well, you should have been building your personal brand. Can't afford rent? Should have made those sales calls. What's with this poverty mindset? Taking that cold shower, writing your New Year's resolution, keep doing it. But stop being so twisted. All that hustle energy is being used to lick somebody else's boots. It's better off in your own pockets, watching your back from that invisible hand slapping your ass for some lunch money. Once you eat a little, flip the script. Cut the rich in line. Fuck lines. Who needs lines? Find community. Help your neighbor get rich too. Yeah. Hustle culture makes us compete against each other without recognizing the real problem. You're arguing about who's lazier based on standards set by people who inherited their wealth. I'll say all this, but watch. Just watch. I'm gonna be rich next year. You know why? Because I learned how to walk through the swamp of bullshit without getting it in my mouth. You gotta eat a lot of shit to learn that. And even still, I'm terrified of being mediocre. I wake up every day afraid of staying trapped in Hustler's University. Even though I have a roof over my head, an average fashion sense, an infinite supply of internet pornography, and the bonus of white privilege. What about people with nothing? You don't want to be a part of that shit anyways. Hustle culture, it's unsustainable. Your success doesn't prove that the system works. It proves you were an exception. And nowadays, an exception is defined by your bank account, because not being broke is a pretty big accomplishment. Fuck that. You shouldn't be okay with this. You've got to get up and do something. But that's not an excuse to become a hustle robot, hustling the hustler's hustle while your friends grow old at home. Once you realize the game is rigged, you can either play it for yourself or play it to break it. I'm gonna be rich, but I'm still a socialist, so I choose both. I choose both because this is just a costume. It's not a sin to wear it. Let's be real. Opportunity is not going to land at your feet. You gotta learn the dance. You gotta learn to take the bananas. You gotta hustle. It's just a metaphor. It's the cushy money in your pocket, your security, your status, your illusion of winning. And for every banana in the system, someone else paid for it, got exploited for it, died for your dollar. Your only job for now is to make sure you're not the one who dies. And once you're high enough in that tree, once you've got your own handful of bananas, you start throwing down ropes. You start trying to help others climb. Don't lose yourself in a costume. Don't perform for a system that was never designed for you to win. Start building your own, where winning doesn't require conformity. Or else, you become the very system you put on the costume to survive.